Hey guys, it's me again. I am back from my day of being out with my natural hair hanging out. I showed you earlier in a video where the lighting was so bad. I must apologize. I realized that during the day when so much light is streaming through those French doors, it just wreaks havoc on the camera, regardless of how much light I have in the kitchen. And so I apologize for it being very dark, but hopefully you get the picture of how I moisturized my aloe plaits. No, I'm not rinsing it out. The only time the aloe comes out is when I shampoo it. And so the hair that you see right now has at least maybe 2 to 3 weeks worth of aloe in it. And so I just keep reapplying it, moisturizing it during the week. And then I'm actually going to probably put some more on it tomorrow. And so what I'm doing right now is I'm getting ready for bed, and I like to stretch it out because I'm going to wear it out at least one more, day over the weekend before I start my work week, because I do protective styling during the week. And so this isn't really what I would normally do. What I would normally do, to be honest, I try to keep it real with you guys. I probably wouldn't wrap it up like that. I'd probably, pull it more like this, to try to stretch it a little bit. And then I would get, a bobby pin and pull it to the side, and then maybe get another bobby pin and just pull it to the side. And see, I could walk like this tomorrow. Well, not totally, but you'll see. And somebody was asking what my workout hair looked like, and the times where I don't plait the bun on the top. Like, this is normally a big ponytail if I want to keep it from being tangled. But then like to stretch it so that this, is kind of hanging long like you saw in the thumbnail. I would probably like twist this tonight, just twist it. And then instead of having a plait, I would just twist it around the front like I normally do with the plaits. And I would sleep like this overnight. And this is how I get, the hair to look as long as it did in that thumbnail. And then I just like untwist it and then pull it out. And so again, like you see how it still has leftover ringlets from the plaits. So just pull that out a little bit and then just twist it. And see, when I wake up in the morning, I can just hop on the treadmill like I normally do. If I wanted to go for a walk with my husband later, I could put the visor on, and and then this would be fine. So, but what it'll do is overnight, it will, and of course the bobby pins are stuck together, it will, stretch it out a little bit. And so that's the other thing that I'm doing to fool people, where they would think, and of course, they would think that my hair isn't 4C, because my hair used to be really tight. And so that's why I'm loving the aloe, because it loosens it up. Keeping it in plaits also loosens it up. And see, so I don't need a bonnet at night. If I wanted to wear my hair like this, this is a husband-friendly style. If I need, like, and I love it when I'm at a hotel, if my hair's up like this, sure, I walk down, to the lobby like this. Or if, there was a fire alarm, I wouldn't have to put a scarf or a bonnet on. So it's very rewarding and fulfilling to get to a point where you could just walk out with your natural hair and you're not worried or self-conscious like some people are. And I know, like, people try to pretend like no one is self-conscious, but to me, if you're not self-conscious, why are people walking out of the house in their bonnets? Why are you in the grocery store with your bonnets? Why are you at a mall or a business with a bonnet? I don't understand. Or why are you wearing a scarf other than like a scarf that's decorative, or like pretty with a nice outfit? But people are out with their hair covered up. And what I'm hopefully trying to promote is all of us getting to a point where we will go out into the world with our natural hair, and where people aren't laughing and thinking that we always have to cover up our hair, because our hair is a gift and a blessing. It's just different. And so the sooner you can get to a point where you are at peace with it, find things that work for you, and where you feel happy and content to go out in the world like that. And this is one of those styles. And so all you'll need is just a satin pillowcase, and then you go upstairs and you take your butt to bed. I do get it where some ladies whose hair is relaxed and they want to have the movement and the body, and so they might wrap it. That's one thing. And then you might need a silk scarf for that. But, for the most part, you can just pull your hair up in some sort of like loose bun. Nothing too tight, because you don't want to, put extra stress around the hairline. And then just go up with your satin pillowcase. And sometimes another thing I do, now I'm older, I travel with my own pillow, and it has a satin pillowcase. But when I go to hotels, if I don't have that, surprisingly, they're towels. I put it on the pillow, and that is better than the pillowcase. It's not ideal once you're running around sleeping on towels forever, but it's a nice alternative in a hotel. And so that's all I have for right now. If I wind up getting a nice stretched out style for tomorrow, I might let you guys take a look, and maybe that's what I'll use when I make the video where someone told me to share everything that I know about hair growth. And I'm going to pull from some of the lessons that I learned when I wrote the book, The Black Woman's Guide to Beautiful, Healthier Hair in 6 Weeks, back in 1999, if you can believe it. And so back then, I was speaking from a relaxed hair care perspective, and people really let me have it, because they were saying, well, you're not able to speak about natural hair because you don't have natural hair. And so I thought that there was such a difference from having relaxed to natural hair, that who knew that as soon as you get natural hair, oh yes, you got to be gentle with it. Oh yes, you got to deep condition. I'm like, what? I thought that my life was going to be infinitely easier. Not totally. So anyway, I can talk more about that tomorrow when I come back with a freshly stretched out style. Hey guys, wanted to stop by really quickly after the video where I shared how I moisturize my plaits. And also, by the way, you'll notice a little thing to cover my French doors, because as the light is streaming in, it's wreaking havoc on how the camera shows my hair and my face. So I'm trying to make it a lot lighter so you can actually see the detail. But anyway, I'm thinking that my husband is going to come down and want to go for a walk, even though I've already been on the treadmill for 50 minutes today. I just wanted to take care of the hair that I pulled up and twisted last night, because I was sharing that I wanted to try to elongate, it a little bit so that it would, appear longer, because the shrinkage really is real. And so what you guys saw me do was pull my hair up into a bun, and then twist these sections to pull them in the front. One of my favorite protective styles is to have those plaits in the front, and maybe I'll put that on the thumbnail so you can see what it looks like. But I can't walk with the way it was just looking like Marge Simpson or something. So what I'm going to do is, before he comes to say let's go for a walk, like a quicker version, I like to get as much walking in as possible. And so what I was thinking that I would do is just, twist it back up the way that it was. And before we go somewhere later, I'll take it down again. But just to remind you guys of how it was and what it wound up looking like overnight. So I'm just getting any tangles from the ends. And the majority of the way that I'm handling my hair doesn't involve a comb. The style that you saw in the video from earlier with the moisturization and me going out to lunch, I didn't use a comb at all. I just separated it and just kept pulling on it. Not pulling in a bad way, but pulling, just to make sure that the moisture that was on it was, definitely on the ends. And so again, I'm going to twist this and pull it in the front. This is causing the curls or I really don't have curls, maybe the coils to elongate. And so you can do, a variation of things depending on the length of your hair. And especially if you have 4C, 4D, E, F, element of P, or even Z hair, where it's just so tight that you don't think that you can stretch it without using heat. And in case I haven't said it, I don't use any heat on my hair other than that conditioning cap that you guys see. So no blow dryers are being used, no hot curlers or anything like that, or flat irons. And that's the reason I fell in love with aloe, because it allowed my hair to stretch enough where it wasn't that dry bird's nest look that I typically will get. So depending on the length of your hair, and if you can't do this, because when I first started this process, my little plaits, they would just meet in the middle here, and then I would just let them overlap, and the bobby pins would be in the center, not pulled towards the back. So the progress is real as well. The shrinkage is real, but also the growth and the success of it all is real too. But depending on the length of your hair, you can play around with these little bender curls or whatever, or use some of the little curlers that they might use in a stylist salon that are small, and you can put on the ends of your plaits or your twists to create a little curl pattern that you can pull out and turn it into a nice loose style. You can do that, or you can use this product that I've yet to use it's like where you can, curl your hair around this little soft, bendable, I don't even know what to call it. A lot of times you get things from Amazon and they don't even have names on them, but it's a curling mechanism, and you put it on the top of your hair, and then you wrap your hair around it, and it's like that while you're sleeping. I'm going to use that at some point, but they have all sorts of ones that you can find on Amazon. Like there's one that I was intrigued by. It's like an octopus where you can just like put it on your head, and there are 8 little soft bendy curlers, and you just wrap your hair around it and you sleep with it overnight. So I might do that too. You can do this or you can do that. But anyway, after my walk, I'll come back with an actual outfit, and then maybe show you what the hair looks like, and then add a little extra moisture with Cantu's Oil Sheen, or maybe Shine. How about that? It's not like it has the most incredible shine with the aloe, but it does feel moisturized at least. And then I have a date later with some aloe to replat it for the work week. So anyway, I'll be back a little bit later. Okay guys, I'm back while I have a minute. My husband is out riding his bike, and so my nails are busted because I haven't really gone anywhere where anyone can see them. And since I'm getting ready to fool with my hair, I peeled off some of the jagged edges from the polish that I like to wear. So my hair is pulled up for stretching purposes, because I want to see how it comes down, because yesterday it was plaited. I took it out. The shrinkage was real, and it started to shrivel back up. So overnight I slept with it, like this, as I showed earlier. And so to go for the walk, I pulled it back up again. So I'm just interested to see myself, because as I mentioned, natural hair is like a box of chocolates, and you don't know what you're going to get. And will it actually look longer or not? Will it look elongated, masking the nature of my 4C hair? And I did find some pictures from, like 2017, 2016, where it was obviously before aloe, and my hair, the afro that I used to wear, clearly was of a 4C texture. And so what you're seeing now, don't be fooled by this, thinking that, this implies that my hair is a different texture. And you see how gentle I tend to be with it. I rarely comb it. I'm usually just using like finger pulling and detangling to get it to turn into something. and I probably should just go away and turn it into something, but let's give it like 5 minutes and see, what it can turn into. And see, like, I could just leave it like this. I could just put a pin in it, and just leave it just the way that it is and go somewhere and do something. And but I was going to do another video to kind of share what someone asked me about, where they were saying for me to tell everything that I've learned about, black hair care. And so this is just without me combing it. I think that is pretty impressive for a girl, or for an older lady, that is, that just started putting aloe on her hair like early, I think maybe early last year, and then just started plaiting it and letting this be a part of my everyday routine. And then it just turned into this. And so this is definitely a lot more elongated than what you saw yesterday. And so you just pull it out and style it however you like. And if it turns into something, you'll see the bun out. But I kind of like this, because if I decided to wear it out for another day, I would just twist that back up and then go to sleep. Or I could use the soft curlers that I saw that might give me some sort of ringlets or whatever. Or I might even pull these out. I haven't used these in ages. This is what I used to use to straighten out my hair a little bit when it was the 4C texture, and I used to sit under the dryer for hours with, like, after I shampoo, deep condition, detangle, and then I would get sections that I would twist and put on these, and it would take, I don't know, almost 2 hours to get my hair to fully dry. And so that would also give the impression that it had a different texture than just 4C. But it was very temporary, because as soon as I started working out, it was a wrap. Because when I could run and do high impact stuff, I sweat like crazy. Unfortunately, now I'm not sweating as much, but just even a little sweating will cause whatever elongation I have going on to just shrivel and go and just turn into like a little bird's nest. But anyway, I think that this turned out pretty nicely, and so I'm just going to leave it like that. And sometimes I might get a bobby pin or something, and maybe pull it back a little bit and just turn it into something. And what I could do is maybe for the thumbnail, post a picture of me I'm having my plaits in settings where I'm trying to style and profile, like on vacation or whatever, with the plaits and just pulled into the front with a bun like this. It allows your hair to stay stretched. So say if I wanted to wear it out like this, I could just undo the plaits and let them hang, and be sure to keep your scissors with you even when you travel, because like you could just like take off anything that's uneven. Like there's just a little bit of uneven here, and just make sure that split ends are at bay, because you don't want split ends, because contrary to what some people might think, like if you grow your natural hair, it means that you're not trimming. It doesn't mean that. It just might mean that you don't care about even hair. And like a lot of times when stylists are trimming what are just supposed to be your split ends, they're saying, oh, it's not even. And there's some times where you don't have split ends, and it's not even, and it doesn't have to be even if your hair isn't having a straight line across your back. If that's something that's important to you, by all means do that. But that's not important to me, because most of the time my hair is going to shrivel and it's going to look like the same length anyway. So hopefully that helps somebody to see how you can get it to straighten out a little bit more. And you could even like I said, put these on it, and then this part would be curled. But what's going to happen if I wear it out long enough, and if I separate it enough, it's going to just like kind of turn into like a little rounded bottom on the end. And that's not going to look bad either. I kind of like this. And And I think I'm going to go with this, but I am going to just check to see, because what's in my future for tonight is I'm going to use this aloe before it goes bad. And then that means just replatting, these two sections, and then, maybe replatting this as well if I have enough aloe left. But anyway, hopefully that helps somebody out there. But in the meantime, I hope you guys have a good one. And I am so excited about the video that I'm getting ready to make after I get my notes right, because I wrote down all of the tips that I have for growing longer hair. And I'm going to call it maybe the Black Woman's Guide, kind of like as a tribute or flashback to back in 1999 when I wrote a book called The Black Woman's Guide to Beautiful, Healthier Hair in 6 Weeks. And I actually had relaxed hair then. But we'll talk about that later in the next video. Hopefully you'll check it out. Thank you guys who are newly subscribed and who are joining my channel for the first time. I really appreciate the engagement. Sorry that I'm behind in the comments, but I will do my best to catch up and respond. But until then, have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.